Hey guys, so today's video is on a look that you guys have seen on my Instagram and requested, and this is my go-to evening look that hides my travel tired eyes. It's the look I go to when I want to look glam, but also look awake and not exhausted. So to start my skin, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Perfecting Coconut Primer. This is really hydrating. If you're tired, it really wakens up the skin. Then I'm moving on to the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick. This is a great foundation for the evening. It's blendable, it's got buildable medium coverage. It gives moisture to the skin, which I love when I'm tired. Again, this look is about when I'm feeling really tired and exhausted, so I probably want to be adding moisture to the skin, which this foundation does. And it also smooths the skin, and everything that you put on top blends beautifully. Now we're on to concealer. This is the Bobbi Brown Instant Full Cover Concealer. I think I found my perfect concealer. I never thought it was going to happen, but I think this is it. When I'm exhausted and my under eyes are tired and dull, the last thing I want is a concealer that's going to look too heavy or cakey, but I do want coverage. This concealer has amazing coverage. It covers up the bags underneath your eyes, but it doesn't enhance the tiredness or lines. It has moisture to it, so it actually hydrates the under eyes. It feels like nothing. It brightens your dark circles. It stays in place all day, and it's really long wearing too, sweat and water resistant and all those good things, and there's lots of shades available. I actually have 3 shades. I'm that obsessed. If you couldn't already tell, I was exhausted when I was filming this video, and once I put on that concealer, you would never know. It's like sleep in a tube. If you're looking for an amazing concealer and you haven't found the one yet, this is it. You guys know concealers are my bugaboo, but this one is incredible. I'm so excited about it. Now I'm using the Urban Decay Skin Shapeshifter palette. I'm still reviewing this, but I love it for travel. It's got everything in one little compact palette. So I'm using the contour shade around my face. This blends really nicely into the foundation. They're both very creamy. And I'm just applying that to your normal kind of bronzy contoury areas. So around my forehead, underneath my cheekbone, a little bit on the jawline, and just blending that in with my foundation brush. Now I'm using the light powder in that same palette, and I'm going to set my eyelids and underneath my eyes just to brighten up that area and also make sure that any eyeshadows I put on my eyelids will blend really nicely. Now I'm just setting the rest of my face with the Givenchy Radiance Loose Powder. I like to lightly set the rest of my face when I know I'm going to be putting on a lot of powders on top, which I will be in a minute. Now mixing together the contour and bronze shade from the Shapeshifter palette, I'm going to use that to warm up the face and bronze my face. So just applying that to the backs of my cheeks, around my forehead and on my jawline. And then I'm going to take that contour shade on a more precise brush. This is the NARS Ita brush, and I'm going to pop that underneath my cheekbone and on my temple, just to give me some nice structure, because in the evenings I do like to look a little bit contoured. Now for highlight, I'm using my favorite Becca Champagne Pop, and I'm applying this with a fluffy brush to the tops of my cheekbones and all the usual areas, nose, cupid's bow, eyebrow bone. Love this. I like to blend it further with a bigger brush afterwards, just to make sure that it's not too stripy on my cheekbones. For blush, I'm using this gorgeous pinky peach shade from Toofaced, and this has a little bit of a shine in it too to make the face look nice and bright and awake and radiant. And then onto eyes, I'm starting with the Tarte Tartelette eyeshadow palette, and I'm taking this second row of shades and I'm taking the cool purple shade in that, and I'm blending that all into my socket. This is just going to act as a transition shade for the main bulk of the eyeshadow. There's actually not too many steps to this eyeshadow look. It's more about blending than it is product. Now I'm using the Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick, and I'm applying this all over my lid and underneath my eye, and then blending it out thoroughly. This is all in the blend, guys. Like I said, there isn't actually many products to this look, but it's all in the blend. Starting off with an angled brush to blend the bottom, and then I'm using my flat top eyeshadow brush to blend the top, and I'm keeping that cat eye kind of wing shape. Now for the star of the show, I'm using the Tom Ford Honeymoon palette, and I'm using this beautiful shade here, but in real life it's slightly more purple than it is on camera. When you're under natural light or even studio light, it looks more purple toned, but on this it looks very cranberry. So just be aware of that if you're purchasing online, but I love how it looks either way. I'm just applying that all over the cream eyeshadow and blending it really well using that same colour from the Tartelette palette. You want this to be really blown out and seamless, and that's what's going to give you that really chic cat-eyed effect. I'm also just using the lightest shade in the palette to highlight my inner corners. Now for eyeliner, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Highliner in the shade Earthquake. This is the cool brown. These are amazing because they are so pigmented and they set in place, and it's perfect for evening wear so you don't get a smudged eye going down your face, and they don't wear off. So I'm just applying that to the waterline and tightline, and then making sure I blend the bottom into my eyeshadow. Now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift just to enhance my brows. I do have them tinted at the moment, so they're not too bad without product, but I do like to use a little bit of this just to kind of enhance the shape. So just bringing it through the tail and the body of the brow to fill in any gaps. Now I'm using this Tom Ford Fibre Brow Gel. If you like Gimme Brow by Benefit and products like that, you will love this. It's like those products, but the best one I've tried. It is amazing. Look how textured it makes my brows, and it really sets them in place too. It is gorgeous. Now I'm just using the darkest shade in the Tom Ford palette and running that along my lash line and slightly into the outer V. Also adding a touch of mascara to my lashes, just so that when I apply my falsies, they blend nicely. The falsies I'm using today are by Huda Beauty, and I think these are called the Samantha lashes. They're one of the only dramatic lashes that have ever suited me, I think. I love them. I really need to pick up a few more pairs, but I've used this pair about 2 or 3 times and they still look great. The eyes are quite dramatic, so we're going to keep the lip nude. I'm using this Bare Minerals Nude Lip Liner just to enhance my lip shape and to slightly overdraw in areas where my lips are a little bit uneven. And then I'm using the Estee Lauder Pure Colour lipstick in the shade Naked City. Really great formula. I like these lipsticks a lot. So that is the finished look. Even though I'm exhausted and I've been travelling, I look glam and not tired at all. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at @MichelleCrossan_. And that's all I have for you guys. I'll talk to you again real soon.